So, 7 traits of an honest person. Number 1, they have a calm and consistent speaking voice. One of the easiest telltale signs of lying is a loud voice. When you catch someone in a lie, they'll often raise their voice in defense as a way to establish power. Honest people rarely become defensive when they're asked questions, even if those questions seem accusatory in nature. When an honest person replies, their tone of voice is calm and consistent. Think about somebody who has to speak in front of a jury. They want you to be cool, calm, and collected. They don't want you to get upset. They don't want you to take offense to nothing that the prosecutor might ask you or the defense attorney might ask you. They don't want you to blow up on the stand because they're judging your honesty right now. They catch you in one lie in court, they disregard everything you said after that. When an honest person replies, their tone of voice is calm and consistent. Honest people can be cool, calm, and collected during tough questions because they have nothing to stress about. There's no pressure to lie or make up a story because there's nothing to hide. So if you're asking a person a question, they become defensive about the question. Oh, you accusing me of something. That person might have something to hide. And it might not be what you're thinking about. But they might be afraid that if you start scratching over there, you're going to eventually make your way over here. 7 traits of an honest person. Number 2, they come across as rude sometimes. Honest people get a bad rep. They get a bad rap, man. Because you want to know why? Because most of us are weak-minded. And we like to keep yes people around us. And we like to keep people around us who going to co-sign our BS. So when someone is being honest with us, sometimes we get offended by that because we're so used to people telling us what we want to hear. That sometimes when somebody telling us what we need to hear, oh man, they mean or something wrong with that person. No, it ain't that. You just used to a different type of truth. Honest people get a bad rap oftentimes because they are less concerned with catering to your feelings and your emotions. Honest people would rather tell you the truth that hurts than a lie that comforts. Because an honest person, they know that when they tell you this, and even though y'all are friends, you're probably not going to take it well, but you need to hear it. They know that y'all are friends, and they know when they tell you what they're going to tell you, you might not even speak to them for a while. But they're gonna believe in their heart that eventually you're gonna understand what they were trying to do, and eventually you will come around. And if you don't, at least you can say they still were the one who told you the truth. But they're not concerned about stroking your ego. Sometimes medicine don't taste good, brother. Sometimes correction doesn't feel good, but it's good for you. They aren't afraid to tell the truth, even if it means they'll come across as rude or harsh. Because of this fact, you might think an honest person is mean sometimes. If you're not ready for the raw, unadulterated truth, then don't ask an honest person for their opinion. They're not going to sugarcoat a situation or pretend that everything is okay when it isn't. They'll present the facts and give their personal opinions, even if it's not what you want to hear. If you've ever received tough information from an honest person, know that their intent is not malice, it's honesty. 7 traits of an honest person. Number 3, they are good friends. Honest people are good friends. Reason why? The closer you are to someone, the more likely you are to be honest with them. Think about it. You owe honesty to your best friends more than you do the gas attendant at the station. Close and lasting friendships are built on trust, which requires honesty. If you have a friend who's there when you need them the most, you can believe in their integrity. And if they can't be there, they'll give you an honest and valid reason why they can't be there or why they can't show up for you. Honest people make the best friends. They are not only dependable, but upfront as well. And they rather confront you face to face about an issue than gossip behind your back. An honest friend, they're not going to take no drama to y'all's friends, y'all's associates, y'all's family. They coming straight to you because you are their friend. And they rather talk to you than to be gossiping about you behind your back about something that you and them need to be working out together. That's a friend. The person who hanging up under you but talking about something they got an attitude with you about, or issue with you about, but they never came to you about it, but they don't mind going to other people, and then you got to hear from somebody else? That's not your friend. 7 traits of an honest person. Number 4, they maintain strong beliefs. They don't sugarcoat their beliefs. They don't water down their beliefs just so they can get along with you. They stand on their beliefs and their principles, whether they're friends with you or not. With high standards and a rock-solid moral compass, honest people are firm about their beliefs and they won't mind sharing them with you or anyone else. Sometimes these strong core beliefs and a willingness to be open about them create barriers for them. Yeah, sometimes being honest creates barriers for honest people. Reason being is, in the professional world, they may view a job that doesn't align with their belief system as distasteful and inadequate. Besides, employers often hesitate to hire someone whose beliefs align more with honesty and transparency if they're not a good employer. You go to certain jobs and start talking about, yeah, my last job, they were doing a lot of things behind the scenes that wasn't right. And then I went to the human resources director and I had all this, I had to lead a job. And, you know, some people might be listening to that like, this person might be a problem. Yeah, we might be inheriting somebody's problem. But if that's how the employer feels, they must be doing something they might be ashamed of. Don't care how many people they have to beat or how many people they take advantage of. It's all about growth and prosperity. Come on, man. There's people out there every day. All they do is get on the internet and hustle people. They want your credit card information. They want your address. They want to try to tap into your bank account. They want to try to steal your money. It's people who do that, and they recruit other people to help them. Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of people who get beat because there's some people who are not honest people. On the other hand, employers with integrity. On the other hand, employers with integrity will appreciate someone who's not afraid to speak their mind, even if it means going against the grain. 7 traits of an honest person. Number 5, they've got thick skin. Because if you're going to be an honest person today in society, you better have thick skin because it's easier to get ahead being a liar. Honest people dish out the truth no matter how much it hurts, and they need to be ready to bear that burden themselves. You better be ready to carry that burden. If you're an honest person and you don't mind dishing out the truth no matter how much it hurts, you better be ready to bear that burden because it's normal for honest people to have thick skin because they're so accustomed to being disliked. Yeah, it is. Yeah. When an honest person reveals the truth, it can cause an insecure person's act of happiness to crumble around them. As their insecurities come to light, people may become defensive, volatile, and even verbally abusive. Warriors of the truth are just that. Warriors of the truth are just that. That's what honest people are. Warriors of the truth. They are fighters. People who want to live on this side of the road that says I'm an honest person no matter who don't like me. I'm not going to go against it. I'm going to go against the grain when I need to. I'm going to speak up at my job when I need to. I'm going to speak up at family events when I need to. This was wrong. That was wrong. A lot of times they call people like that black sheep of the family. In order to preserve their own peace of mind, they must grow accustomed to those who can't handle the truth. You got to understand that if you're going to be a warrior of the truth, you got to understand there's a lot of people not going to like you for that. 7 traits of an honest person. Number 6, they're not interested in being popular. Honest people aren't interested in being popular. They're interested in doing what's right. And a lot of times, most cases, what's right isn't popular. And if it's popular, it probably isn't right. Hey, they're not interested in being popular. Honest people are entirely disinterested in winning the admiration of the masses. So that's hard to believe in today's society, don't it? Because most people, they need validation from other people in order to feel good about themselves. They be fishing for compliments. They be fishing for validation. Well, I mean, the Bible says that. What does it profit a man to gain the entire world but lose his soul? What do you think the world is? What's outside of the man? You want to gain everything that's outside of you. Because if you want to gain everything that's outside of you, you lose one thing. That spirit that's inside of you. Because if you think the shell is what's important, That ain't nothing. It's about what's in the inside. Okay, if you got a Maserati sitting in your yard, brand new, how many of y'all would like that? You got the keys in your pocket. Wouldn't that be nice? But it don't have an engine. What you got now? You got a shell. Not interested in being popular. Honest people are entirely disinterested in winning the admiration of the masses. They don't desire to be seen as the most attractive, most celebrated, or most interesting person around. Because let's be honest, it probably isn't true anyway. You are not the most attractive person because that's subjective anyway. What somebody else don't like, somebody else may love. It's subjective. When honest people do good, they do it because they want to, not because they need validation or recognition. They're more interested in self-growth than winning a popularity contest. Those who are honest with the world are worthy. They know who they are, and they aren't ashamed of it. So people who are honest, they know who they are, they know their worth, and they're not ashamed of who they are and what they're worth. 7 traits of an honest person. And the final one, they own up to their mistakes. How many people own up to their mistakes? Try to. That's good. That's good. Honest people own up to their mistakes. Honest people have all those amazing traits, but obviously no one is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes, but what sets honest people apart is their willingness to take responsibility and apologize when they mess up. We've all encountered someone who's bad at apologizing. Instead of owning up to their mistakes, they rather make excuses or apologize that you experienced negative feelings, not that they did something wrong. I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm sorry you were angry. Honest people will swallow their pride and their ego for the sake of an authentic and sincere apology. Telling the truth doesn't come naturally. Telling the truth doesn't come naturally because little children lie. Defense mechanisms like blame. This is what people do when they're lying. They start blaming you. They start projecting things, and then they become deceitful. And all of these are much easier to them alternatives in the moment. But avoiding responsibility only creates more trouble and distrust. Nevertheless, we should all pursue truth, even when it seems difficult. The truth is, the world needs more honesty. If you lie about who you are, about someone else, or what actually happened, or how you feel, you only dig yourself deeper into a problem of your own creation. The choice is yours. Be honest or lie. What you choose will impact your life immensely.